Hi, my name is Apple.
Hi, I'm Kashini.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nur Maira Shahmina. So for introduction of this phylum, Arthropods is the largest phylum in animal kingdom, which includes crabs, lobster, and insects. And this phylum is represented in every habitat on Earth and shows a great variety of adaptation. Arthropods have 6 main characteristics. The first one is they have many segments. So for each segment have a pair of appendage. The second one, their exoskeleton are composed of protein and chitin, which it give support protection for the animal. The third one, they have paired and jointed appendage, which is specialized for walking, feeding, swimming, and sensory reception. The fourth one, they well-developed sense of organ, such as nervous system, and their head has various sense of organs. The fifth characteristic is animal under arthropods have variety of respiratory system, such as most aquatic species have gills and most terrestrial species have trachea. The last one is metamorphosis. Drastic physiology changes from immature larva to adult. This phylum has 6 classifications. The first one is class Crustacea, most abundant and familiar crustaceans, for example, shrimp, lobster, crayfish, and crabs. They have two main body regions, which is cephalothorax and abdomen. Their respiratory system is gills, so most of them are marine arthropods. The second one is called Chilopoda. Most common animal under this class is centipede, which are famous with their fast moving. Their body regions are divided into two, head and trunks. So their habitat is on land, but they spend the day in moist and dark places, such as under the bark and under the rocks. So most of them are carnivores and eats insects. The next class is called Diplopoda. Millipedes are the common animal under this class. They have many segments, but the first 4 segments each bear a pair of segments, but the following segments have 2 pair of legs. So they are quite similar with centipedes, but most of them are herbivores and scavengers. Let's continue with class Insecta. This class is the most successful group. So their structure of body, they have 3 regions, which are heads, thorax, and abdomen. At their head, they have large compound eyes and a pair of antennae. So and also they have modified mouth part, which is for licking, sucking, and piercing. And most of these animals in this class have 2 pair of wings and 3 pair of walking legs attached to a thorax. So their respiratory system has internal tubes and sacs. So their air is taken through the spiracles, and the gases either diffuse or actively pumped via trachea. And so their nervous system is also complex, which includes a number of ganglia, a ventral, and double nerve cord. Now we go to the 5th classification of arthropods, which we call it Arachnida. Arachnida is a class of joint-leg invertebrate animal. Their body structure are divided into 2 regions, which are cephalothorax and also abdomen. At their cephalothorax, they have 6 pairs of appendage. For the first pair, they use for feeding and defense. For the second pair of appendage, they use for feeding, locomotion, and reproductive. And for the rest of the appendages are used for walking. Their respiration system is a trachea or gill-like structures, and they do not have wings or antenna like class of insecta. The last class under arthropods is Merostomata. Extant species under this Merostomata is horseshoe crabs. Its whole body covered by carapace. Carapace have a pair of simple eyes and compound eyes. Their body are divided into two regions, like arachnida, which are cephalothorax and also abdomen. The cephalothorax have walking legs, and their abdomen consists of few segments. And their respiration system, they use gills for gases exchange, and they have talcin, which is a long spike-like tail for locomotion.
Let me introduce what is Phylum Mollusca. Phylum Mollusca is the largest marine phylum. It is comprising 23% of all the named marine organisms. It is also the second largest animal phylum with over 100,000 species. The term mollusca was derived from the term given by Aristotle to cuttlefish. Mollusca means soft. The mollusca includes many familiar animals, including clams, snails, slugs, and squids, as well as some less familiar animals like tusks, sharks, and chitons. The animals belonging to mollusca have soft bodies, triploblastic, bilateral symmetrical, and coelomate. They are sluggish invertebrates with a thin fleshy envelopes or mantle covering their visceral organs. The study of mollusca called malacology. First, all mollusca have a specialized foot used in digging, creeping, or grasping. Second, mollusca have a mantle or a mass of soft flesh that cover the soft body and enclose the internal organs. Third, many mollusca have a radula, which in most species is a rust-like scraping organ used in feeding. Their head comprises of tentacles and compound eyes. They are mostly found in marine and freshwater. Very few are terrestrial and found in moist soil. They exhibit organ system level of organization. Their body has a cavity and divided into head, visceral mass, muscular foot, and mantle. There are three main classes for mollusca, which is gastropoda, bivalva, and cephalopoda. Gastropoda, they are found either on land or in fresh and marine water. The head bears tentacles, eyes, and a mouth. The shell is spiral in shape, the foot is flat and large. Because of sea slug stomach is in its foot, it is named gastropoda, from Greek root words gastro meaning stomach and pods meaning foot. For example, haliotis and pila. Bivalva, from Latin root word bi meaning two, valve meaning folding door. They reside in aquatic habitat. The body is bilaterally symmetrical and compressed laterally. They usually burrow in mud and sand. Some bivalves, such as clams, have paddle-shaped roots adapted for digging into sediment. For example, mussel, union, clams, oyster, and scallops. Cephalopoda. The foot in octopus and squid is modified into many tentacles that are attached to their head. This feature gave its name cephalopoda, from Greek root word cepha meaning head or head foot mollusca. Octopus and squid are using the tentacles for moving and for grasping and holding the prey they capture for food. They are mostly found in marine environment. The shell is either external, internal, or not present at all. They have separate sexes. The development is directly. For example, octopus and spirula. How mollusca move? The foot is muscular organ found in all mollusca. Gastropods have a single flat foot used for crawling. Some bivalves, such as clams, have a paddle-shaped foot adapted for digging into sediments. The foot in octopus and squids is modified into many tentacles that are attached to the animal's head.
Introduction. Echinodermata is categorized by a hard, spiny covering or skin. Echinoderms have been recognized since ancient times because Romans and Greeks have been using echinoderms as food sources or in the medicinal field. Echinoderms are separated into 21 classes, mainly based on the difference in their skeletal structures. Classifications of phylum Echinodermata. According to the chart above, Echinodermata is the phylum, and there are 3 subphylums, which is Crinozoa, Astrozoa, and Echinozoa. And below each subphylum, there's a class. For Crinozoa, it's Crinoidea. For Astrozoa, it's Ophiuroidea, Asteroidea. And also for Echinozoa, it's Echinoidea and Holoturoidea. The first class is Crinoidea. Crinoidea usually possesses a cup-shaped body and 5 or more flexible active arms. The arms are edged with feathery projections that contain reproductive organs and carry numerous tube feet with sensory functions. The tentacles have open grooves which allow cilia to sweep food particles towards the mouth. The next one is Ophiuroidea. They have long, thin arms, which is usually 5, and often forked and spiny. The arms readily break off but soon are regenerated. The mouth is on the underside of the body and has 5 feet. Ophiuroideas lack an anus, and the tube feet serve mainly as a sense organ. The animals feed by extending 1 or more arms into the water or over the mud, whereas the other arms act as an anchor. Moving on, next is Asteroidea. The Asteroidea are among the most diverse and familiar of the living Echinodermata. The surface of the sea star looks and feels rough because of the numerous small and transparent sacs on it. As a group, sea star lives virtually in every habitat found in the sea, ranging from tidal pools, rocky shores, seagrass, kelp beds, beneath rocks, sand, and also mud. Sea stars are carnivorous, preying on sponges, crabs, corals, and worms, and even on other echinoderms. Basically, sea stars feed on anything that is too slow to move or to escape. This is an interesting one, Echinoidea. Echinoidea has no arms but has a spiny shell which is formed by tightly fused skeletal parts. The sea urchins are hemispherical in shape, round on the top and flat on the bottom. They have very long prominent spines and are often brightly colored. Urchins move by pushing against the ground with their spines and extending the tube feet in the direction of movement. If they are ever turned over, they can right themselves using their tube feet. Holoturoideas. Holoturoideas are soft cylindrical bodies which are usually dull, dark in color, and warty, which resembles a cucumber. That's why it is also known as a sea cucumber. Most species have 5 rows of tube feet extending from the mouth to the anus, used for both respiration and to discharge waste. Locomotion is like slug-like, although some deep water species can swim. Many sea cucumbers can expel their internal organs through the anus and grow new ones. This may be a device for them to escape from their predators. A number of sea cucumbers release a toxin that is harmful to small animals but not to humans.
In conclusion, there are 6 main classes in Phylum Arthropoda, which is Crustacea, Chilopoda, Diplopoda, Insecta, Arachnida, and Merastomata, whereas in Phylum Mollusca, there is 3 main classes, which is Gastropoda, Bivalva, and Cephalopoda. While in Phylum Echinodermata, there is 5 main classes, which is Crinoidea, Ophiuroidea, Asteroidea, Echinoidea, and Holoturoidea.
First and foremost, we would like to express our special thanks of gratitude to our lecturer Dr. Akmal for giving us the opportunity to do this wonderful project on the topic Phylum Animalia. I would also like to earnestly acknowledge the sincere efforts and valuable time given by our lecturer in guiding us into completing this project. Furthermore, we would also like to thank each members who have contributed so much in this project, making it possible to complete it. Moreover, completing this project would not be possible without the support and guidance of our fellow classmates who were very understanding and helpful when we needed their guidance. As a whole, we would like to express our deepest gratitude to every individual who helped us complete this project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.